The referee, Willie Collum, what do you make? What's the Rangers' view on that? They protested about him earlier in the season, but they've protested about a few.
They've protested quite a few things, not just referees. So it's not again. Listen, Willie's been one of our, or thought of as one of our better referees for a number of years now. So he's done many of these. It's not going to be anything new for Willie in the heat of the Old Firm battle. So yeah, you know what? See, referees, they're similar to players. They also need to take a breath at some points at the start of these games, because they don't want to start dishing out yellow cards for fun at the start of a game and then put themselves under pressure. Because the one thing, we don't want to lose players in this. Yes, if there's tackles that go a bit too far, then it has to happen. But you want the best players on the pitch. You want both teams to be going at it. Two really, really good teams with two really good sets of players. You want to see them going at it and putting on a good spectacle for Scottish football.
This is going to be some game, isn't it? I see Ralph Rangnick has suggested in England that referees train with clubs. So they'll move around the country, train with different teams. Simon, what do you think of the idea? And could you see it happening here?
I'm not so sure. I just hope we aren't talking about the referee at the weekend.
They might not get out of the training ground by some of these guys.
Some of them might know the way very well, allegedly, but no. What do you think of the idea?
I really hope that we aren't talking about it. Right. There might be ways there that you can kind of bridge the gap between football teams and the referees' relationships being a wee bit better. That might be what Ralph was talking about with that kind of thing. But I really hope we get into the game at the weekend and we're not looking at decisions that the referees got right or got wrong. I really hope it's the best team wins. As Kenny says, both teams, there isn't much between the two teams. Celtic had a wee bit of form there in the league. Rangers seem to be saving all their good games for Europe at the moment, so that they now know that they have to bring that form from Europe into the domestic side against Celtic on Sunday. Yeah, it's going to be tight. As I said at the top of the show there's not a lot between it. It's the closest we've had. Rangers ran away with it last year. Celtic did some of the year before. It's not the case this year. It's all to play for.
Beautifully understated, if I may say, by Simon Donnelly there. But if Ange Postecoglou's listening, we're saying, they haven't lost since October in the league. And for Rangers, European quarter final, I can't remember a time like this, Kenny, when both of them are going at it. Yeah, there's some problems, but overall both clubs, cup semi-final for both of them. Rangers a European quarter final, Celtic 3 points ahead, so Rangers is still in their hands as well. What about the idea of the referee going and training with different clubs? Do you think it would happen in Scotland?
Well, listen, whether it happens or not is not up to me, but I'll tell you, I think I would like it for things that Simon says about relationships and actually getting to know people a little bit better. Because there's one thing, there's only a couple of referees that talk to you, and it's the most frustrating thing in the world for a player or a coach or a manager when sometimes you're no bellowing and abusing them and saying they should have got this right or whatever. Sometimes you just want to chat and get a bit of information for them, and there's not a lot of them that actually give you that time of day. So it's I think for building relationships, and I think one of the things for me for referees is I don't think they understand how much is on the line for football players and football teams. Decisions, small decisions. It could be a throw-in that then leads to a goal, or a corner that leads to something in a team winning the game or losing the game. And there's so much at stake. There's people's jobs on the line, there's livelihoods on the line, and the referees wonder why we get worked up. So I think with that type of thing, it all comes back to what Simon says. It maybe builds a little bit better relationships between the referees and the players. So I think absolutely it would be beneficial.
Tell Alexa to launch Go Radio or listen on the Go Radio app.